Have you ever wondered how a car engine turns a tiny spark into enough power to move an entire vehicle? It might seem like magic, but it's actually a masterpiece of science and engineering. Every time you start your car, a complex series of events unfolds in just a fraction of a second, yet most of us never stop to think about it. Imagine for a moment, what if one of these steps didn't happen correctly? What if the spark came at the wrong time or the fuel didn't burn efficiently? The engine would fail and your car wouldn't move. To truly appreciate the power behind every journey, let's take a deep dive into the fascinating world of car engines. At the heart of every gasoline-powered car is the internal combustion engine. Combustion means burning, and internal means this burning happens inside the engine. Unlike an old-fashioned steam engine, which uses external heat to boil water and create pressure, a car engine generates power by igniting a mixture of fuel and air inside sealed cylinders. This controlled explosion creates force, which pushes pistons up and down. But how does this up and down motion turn into the spinning movement that powers your car? Imagine riding a bicycle. Your legs push the pedals in a repeated motion, but that movement is converted into the spinning of the wheels. A car engine works the same way, except instead of your legs pushing, tiny controlled explosions do the job. These pistons move up and down inside cylinders, and each time they move, they rotate a crankshaft. The crankshaft is connected to the wheels through other parts of the car's drivetrain, turning that simple back and forth motion into the force that drives your car forward. This entire process happens in 4 key steps, known as the 4-stroke cycle. Let's break it down in a way that's easy to picture. First, we have the intake stroke. The piston moves downward, creating space inside the cylinder. At the same time, a valve opens, allowing a precise mixture of air and fuel to rush in. This mixture is critical because the right balance ensures maximum power with minimal waste. Next comes the compression stroke. The piston moves back up, squeezing the fuel-air mixture into a tight space. Why is this important? Think of it like popping a balloon. If you barely squeeze it before popping, it makes a small sound. But if you press it tightly and then pop it, the explosion is much louder. The same principle applies inside the engine. Tightly compressed fuel burns more explosively, producing greater power. Now comes the real magic, the power stroke. At the perfect moment, a tiny spark plug at the top of the cylinder fires, igniting the compressed fuel-air mixture. This creates a small but powerful explosion, forcing the piston back down with tremendous force. This is the step that provides the actual power to turn the crankshaft and ultimately the wheels. Finally, we reach the exhaust stroke. After the explosion, there's leftover gas that needs to be removed. The piston moves back up again, pushing the burnt gases out through an exhaust valve. These gases travel through the exhaust system and out of the car, while a fresh intake of fuel and air begins the cycle again. This entire process repeats at an astonishing speed. In just 1 second, each cylinder in an engine can go through this cycle dozens of times. And because most cars have multiple cylinders, typically 4, 6, or 8, there are constantly overlapping explosions happening, ensuring smooth and continuous power. This is why larger engines with more cylinders generate more power. More explosions mean more energy. But an engine is more than just pistons and cylinders. It's a carefully synchronized system of parts working together. The camshaft controls the opening and closing of valves, making sure fuel enters and exhaust exits at the right moment. The timing belt or chain keeps the camshaft and crankshaft moving in perfect harmony, ensuring everything stays in sync. The cooling system, including the radiator and coolant, prevents the engine from overheating, while the oil lubrication system keeps all the moving parts from wearing down due to friction. Every component has a job, and if one piece fails, the whole system can break down. That's why regular maintenance, like changing the oil and checking the cooling system, is essential for keeping an engine running efficiently. Engines have evolved a lot over time. Modern engines are designed to burn fuel more cleanly, generate more power with less waste, and even work alongside electric motors in hybrid vehicles. And while electric cars are gaining popularity, the internal combustion engine remains a reliable and powerful way to keep millions of cars moving around the world. Did you know that the fastest revving car engine can spin at over 19,000 revolutions per minute? That's thousands of tiny explosions happening in the blink of an eye. Formula One cars use the same four-stroke principle, but at extreme speeds, over 15,000 times per minute, pushing them to incredible speeds. So the next time you turn the key or press the start button in your car, try to imagine all the tiny explosions happening under the hood. The next time you hear an engine roar to life, remember that behind that sound is a perfectly timed series of controlled explosions, all working together to create motion. It's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's a fascinating piece of engineering that has shaped the way we travel. Who knows, maybe after watching this, you'll start looking at cars in a whole new way.
Got a question about how something really works? Drop it in the comments and we might cover your topic in our next video.